Okay, let's unpack this. We are launching into a deep dive today that promises to uh, transport you literally to a place where time seems to fold in on itself.
It really does.
We're cracking open the source material that defines what makes a holiday in Japan not just a trip, but, well, an unforgettable journey.
And if there's one recurring theme, it's this tension and, this eventual harmony between two completely distinct worlds.
Right.
The essential takeaway from the sources is that you are stepping into a country where, and I'm quoting here, ancient tradition meets futuristic innovation.
That blend is the core mission for this entire deep dive for you, our listener. We want to extract those essential nuggets of knowledge that define the country's unique atmosphere.
And its efficiency.
And its efficiency, yes. What's truly fascinating is that this tone is set the moment you arrive. The sources suggest you encounter this unique, almost paradoxical blend of calm, beauty, and efficiency right from the jump.
Indeed. It's an interesting concept, isn't it? Efficiency that actually leads to calm.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Well, if you've ever navigated one of the major hubs, you understand their systems are designed to remove friction, which paradoxically lets the visitor just, relax and absorb everything.
Okay, so that controlled efficiency is the launching pad for our first stop. The high-energy thrill of modernity. Tokyo. The sources paint a picture of Tokyo that is almost overwhelming in its scope. It's described as offering dazzling cityscapes, neon lights, and endless entertainment.
It's pure sensory overload, but the sources imply it's a design sensory overload. It functions.
It absolutely functions. And to understand the engine of this future, the source material focuses keenly on the high-tech districts.
We're talking about globally recognized names here, Shibuya and Akihabara.
And these aren't just shopping districts.
No. They are, in a way, testing grounds for global innovation.
I wonder, though, if the sources address the practical realities of that. I mean, we call it sensory overload, but isn't that just overwhelming for the average visitor?
That's a crucial point.
Does the research address how easy it is to navigate that, or does it just focus on the spectacle?
It does. It highlights the infrastructure supporting the spectacle. It's not just the height of the skyscrapers. It's the seamless integration of public transit, the use of sophisticated digital signage.
The way the whole environment anticipates human flow.
Precisely. In places like Shibuya, the energy is immense, but the crowd management systems, that efficiency we talked about, make sure that movement stays orderly.
Even during rush hour.
Even then, it's an organized chaos which allows you to enjoy the spectacle without feeling trapped by it.
That makes perfect sense. They've mastered the art of managing density. Okay, and Akihabara, often called Electric Town. What specifics do the sources highlight there? It's more than just anime and electronics now, right?
Oh, much more. The focus has shifted significantly. While its roots are in electronics, the sources point to its current role in specific R&D showcases.
Like what?
Think micro-robotics, specific virtual reality developments for industrial training, and just the fastest adoption of next-gen consumer tech. It's a living laboratory where you can see what the world will be using 3 years from now.
So that's the innovation side, but here's where that paradox comes in. The sources emphasize that even in this hyper-modern capital, the city holds onto its past with this, stubborn reverence.
And what's truly fascinating is the physical contrast. You have the dazzling modernity of chrome and glass, and yet peaceful shrines are literally hidden between skyscrapers.
And this isn't an accident.
No, the sources imply it speaks to architectural and cultural mandates, a refusal to just demolish the past for the sake of progress.
So these aren't just little parks, they are functioning spiritual centers.
Exactly. They maintain their traditional aesthetics, often with strict height restrictions around them, creating these little pockets of silence.
So you can be walking through the most modern city on Earth.
And then you turn a corner and are suddenly confronted with a 1,000-year-old stone torii gate and the calm scent of incense. It's a constant, gentle reminder that the past is interwoven with the future.
Now let's talk about the fuel for all this. We can't analyze Tokyo without talking about the food. The source is very clear. Every meal here feels like an adventure.
It really does.
What makes it an adventure? Is it just the taste?
The sources suggest it's the ritual, the precision, and the sheer depth of choice. When they refer to world-class food, They're pointing to the commitment to shikun and the artisan spirit.
So it's the precision in the preparation.
Yes, and the sourcing of ingredients and the quiet theatricality of the presentation. We're talking beyond just basic ingredients.
Right.
Think of the classics that are perfected there. The flawless sushi, where the texture of the rice is as vital as the quality of the fish.
The complex broths in ramen.
The regional variations, yes. And the street snacks, all prepared with meticulous care. The dining culture itself demands your engagement, turning a simple meal into this immersive experience.
So we've seen the neon glare, navigated the efficient chaos, and felt the pulse of the future in Tokyo. But the source material immediately transitions us to a completely different gear.
A necessary counterpoint.
It's the necessary cultural anchor, isn't it? If Tokyo is speed and innovation, our next segment signals a distinct shift to a slower pace, centering on Kyoto.
This is the city that truly brings the elegance of old Japan to life.
Is the source material implying that the fast pace of Tokyo makes people need the calm of Kyoto? Like an antidote?
Yes, the contrast is presented as essential for a complete experience. Kyoto provides the grounding. It invites travelers to actively step back in time.
But not in a museum-like way.
No, not at all. The city retains a living historical elegance. And this is where the romance of tradition really takes hold. You're talking about scenery that looks lifted straight from an ancient scroll.
The list of attractions is so compelling. The golden temples.
The overwhelming visual of them, yes. And the ethereal atmosphere of the bamboo forests. The quiet, structured ritual of traditional tea houses.
Where simplicity is the ultimate sophistication.
Exactly. These details anchor the experience firmly in the nation's pre-modern history.
And the ultimate throwback experience mentioned is strolling through the Jian district. The chance of catching a glimpse of a geisha or geiko in Kyoto, it makes the history feel profoundly alive.
And what's crucial here, what the sources emphasize, is the respect required for that.
Right, it's not tourist theater.
No, it's a living tradition. When you visit Jian, you are asked to recognize the subtlety, the need for privacy. It's about appreciating the aesthetic, seeing a maiko or geiko moving between tea houses.
Not about intrusive photography.
It's observation, not participation, unless you're invited.
It sounds like the key difference between Tokyo and Kyoto is consuming culture versus absorbing it.
Precisely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it demonstrates that Japan offers this crucial balance, not just urban versus ancient, but a balance that speaks to our need for both modern stimulation and traditional repose.
That concept of repose leads us perfectly into our third segment, where we broaden the focus beyond cities and look at nature and deep relaxation.
Which are central to the overall sense of well-being described in the source. You really can't have the full experience without venturing into the vast landscapes.
The source points to exploring iconic natural landmarks, which often serve as these profound spiritual touchstones.
And first and foremost, of course, is Mount Fuji.
Fuji's physical presence is immense, but the source seems to imply its symbolic presence is just as important, isn't it?
It is the unifying symbol, a constant backdrop, a reminder of natural beauty.
And then there's the pure relaxation element that Japan has perfected, the onsen.
Japan's famous natural hot springs. And the appeal is not just the warm water, it's the entire experience.
Right, the source details the bathing steps, the Yukata Road.
And the silence, often mandated by the setting, surrounded by these breathtaking landscapes. It's less a bath and more like immersion therapy in nature.
That holistic approach is key. But this raises an important point about timing. The source makes it clear that seasonal experiences are what elevate the trip, making it even more special.
This is where Japan truly performs a cultural transformation year after year. It's not just when you go, but what natural aesthetic you choose to witness. The seasons dictate the entire national mood.
Oh, the seasons are a show all their own. If you go in spring, you get the famous cherry blossom sakura in full bloom.
The source describes them as practically painting parks in soft pink.
It's an ephemeral beauty, isn't it? The fleeting nature of the blossoms seems to reflect a deeper philosophy.
It does. The concept of mana no aware, the poignant beauty of transient things, is deeply connected to the sakura. The experience is profound because it's beautiful, precisely because it doesn't last.
And if pink isn't your color, traveling in autumn, the Koyo season, is equally spectacular.
But offers a completely different emotional tenor. The mood changes from fleeting beauty to grounded permanence. The country transforms into those deep, warm shades of red and gold.
Less about transience, more about maturity and endurance.
It provides a totally different yet equally captivating experience for the traveler.
So what does this all mean? We've zipped from the soaring skyscrapers of Shibuya to the golden temples of Kyoto and out to the tranquility of an onsen.
The source synthesizes it beautifully. It concludes that whether you're exploring the vibrant cities, the peaceful countryside, or the cultural traditions, the holiday becomes this rich, complex adventure.
An experience that genuinely stays with you long after you return home.
That's the promise.
And that sense of permanence is what we're left with. It's that unique blend of centuries-old tradition coexisting so seamlessly with intense futurism and efficiency. That's what defines it.
It's a country seemingly dedicated to preserving two opposing values at once.
Yeah.
And that balance, the high efficiency and futurism existing alongside the ancient calm, is maybe the greatest structural feat this country achieves.
Which leads us to a final question we want to leave you with.
Something for you to mull over as you process this deep dive. Given the high efficiency and constant futuristic innovation of places like Tokyo, how did Japan manage to so effectively preserve the ancient calm and elegance of Kyoto and the serene onsen experience without either side diminishing the other?
It's a fascinating question of cultural and, I suppose, urban resource management. Something to think about.